Today we're at the graveside of Thomas Brooke Stanley, a decorated soldier from the First World War. Brooke, as he was known, is stop number 6 on the Bunbury Cemetery Heritage Walk, and he featured famously in a major battle on Gallipoli where he was in a trench for over 30 hours, a lot of hand-to-hand combat and bayonet charging and catching bombs and throwing them back to the Turks. And he was in the trench beside Lieutenant Hugo Throssell from Northern, who was awarded the Victoria Cross in the same action, whereas Brooke ended up getting the Distinguished Conduct Medal, which is the second highest award. But while researching soldiers in this cemetery like Thomas Brooke Stanley, on the 25th of April 2012 I was seated here and I wrote a poem, and it's called Bunbury Anzac Retrenched. It goes like this. Excitement and expectation filled my head and heart whilst boarding in Fremantle at the very start. The journey was arduous, but mateship grew strong. Training was tough and we melded to belong. Egyptian sands filtered into our mouths and eyes. Marching caused aches to my calves and my thighs. Then, 25 April 1915, at the stirring of dawn, the attack on Gallipoli erupted, but proved forlorn. Mates fell around me before we reached the sand. Our blood was spilt on the treacherous land. Deafening gunfire and bursting shells engulfed my being. Carnage was horrific. No human should be seen. Numerous acts of honour strengthened our bond. Mates met their demise by going above and beyond. Then Monash mastery let us slip away in the night, the Turks being confronted with a vacant daylight. Trench warfare is devastating and left all battle scarred. Living with me over the years proved to be very hard. The psychological impact being felt for generations, no doubt permeating cultures of all warring nations. But peace came at last, in my trench by a tree. I lie contentedly in my grave in the Bunbury Cemetery. If you'd like to read more about Thomas Brooke Stanley and the battle at Gallipoli, there's a very widely renowned book called The Price of Valour by distinguished author John Hamilton, and by reading that you can understand what an incredibly brave person Thomas Brooke Stanley was. And we'll have further features on him later on. Thanks everyone.